Okay, let's do the old Western Saloon together. 16 and a half inches on your 18 by 24 paper. 16 and a half wide by 5.5 tall. So 5.5 tall, I'll start with that. You can just get a sense of how tall 5.5 is, and then so you can center it in your paper, on your paper. So I'm gonna measure, I want the top of it to be around here. I'm actually gonna measure 5 inches down from the top of my paper. To get started. Okay, 16 and a half wide. Marking 5.5. Drawing the bottom line. Okay. So this saloon's going to be only about this big. But we needed a lot of space for the vanishing points. So the vanishing points are at the 4.25 from the top. The horizon line is 4.25 down from the top. This is our horizon line. I'll measure that in a couple places. 4.25, 4.25, 4.25. All right, there's the horizon line. There's a vanishing point at the left edge and one at the right edge. 2 vanishing points. The corner of the saloon is at 7 inches in. Draw a vertical line. The top of the saloon is of the main part of it is 1/4 inch. No. Let's say it's 5/8 inch from the top. So that's just 1/8 past a half. That's the top of this center line. And the bottom of the house, the saloon, the building itself, not the deck. The deck goes out farther. We'll do that after. So the bottom of the building itself is, let's say, it's 0.88. So 3/4. It's bigger than 3/4, right? Which is 6/8. So it's maybe 7. Yeah, so 7/8. from the bottom. I'm going to come in closer. There. Okay, 7/8 from the bottom. Okay, 1/8 short of an inch. So that's the bottom of the main part of the saloon. The deck is a little bit lower. Alright, so we want to draw towards the vanishing point. Both sides. For the top and the bottom. And then we're also going to draw towards the vanishing point. On the right side, building our saloon. Now we have to decide on how far the sides go out. So from the edge of the paper, or the frame actually, the left side is going to be 4 1/4 in from the left side of the frame, so 4 1/4 in. Make your mark, draw a vertical line. That is the left side. The front of the saloon is right here. And then the right side of this red saloon, from the edge of the paper on the right, or maybe I should do it from the other side because it's easier. So from the other side, it's going to be going 5 inches. So just measure 5 inches from this line to this line. Draw a line. Okay, make sure it's straight. Use your right angles. There we go. That looks better. And so you have the two sides of your saloon. Let's do the deck. It's a cement foundation. And we want to come out a little bit. From here. It's coming out a little bit, and then I'm going to come down a little bit. I'm just eyeballing it, and then I'm going to. So I went. This is. I mean, since we were measuring, so I'm just gonna. That's a 1/2 inch. I came down a 1/2 inch, drawing towards the vanishing point, and then towards the vanishing point. So that's the concrete foundation. Go towards the vanishing point on the right. From the top of the corner of the concrete foundation. So it's always from the corners with 2-point perspective. We're starting from the corner of your form, your box, and drawing lines from the top towards the vanishing point on the left and right, and from the bottom towards the vanishing point on the left and right. That's the concrete. And we have an inset part here. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a line about 1/3 of the way over. Lining it up with the corner of my building. Draw my line. And this is going, let's say it's going above or where was I measuring from for that corner? I have that at 5/8 inch or something. Yeah. I think I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'm gonna go down I'm going to leave this where it is and go down with this part. Down a little bit. So we'll use the vanishing point again. So we're going to go down a little bit with this part. This part's going to be a little bit lower than the rest of the saloon. And we have a window here in the center of this part. Let's get the balcony going first. So the corner of the balcony is around here. Alright, so that's my corner line for the balcony, and I'm going to draw, I'm going to connect to the vanishing point, but I'm only drawing to here. Still connecting to the left vanishing point, drawing to there. That's the balcony. It has some fence posts, things. Alright, and then this balcony is going all the way across the building and past the building. And I'll do a vertical line over here. Seems like it goes out kind of far, doesn't it? It's touching that other building. Maybe they were using that as a connecting to that other building so that they didn't have to do it the other part of the balcony. Maybe, I don't know. And then this has two big fence posts. What I can do to estimate where those are is find the center of this rectangular shape right here. So drawing an X slightly, that gives you the center by drawing an X from corner to corner, and then I can just put, I can find the center between here. So then I'll draw an X here, and by doing corner to corner and an X corner to corner. This is how you find the centers in perspective. Yeah. Alright, so then that gives me these two larger posts. And then there's these little posts in between. And I want to put the window, I think it's the kind of window you can walk out of and go on the balcony, which is fun. So it's like touching, it's at the level of the balcony is what I'm trying to say. So the upper level's around here, and we'll make it the same for both windows. So we're going to draw a light line just as a guideline, and then we're going to find the center of this part of this side of the building from, I need to know where the bottom is. Let's just use, we'll use this as the bottom. So I just extended the bottom line of this line of perspective, and then I'm going to go corner to corner. That gives me the center of this shape, and then corner to corner here. That gives me the center of this shape. I'll put a window here. And not so fat. I'll come in a little bit. And a window here. There we go. Two windows, and let's do, need to go a little bit lower for the thickness of this balcony, gonna have to go over some of these lines again anyway later. I'm just sketching stuff in. And then there is 3 posts here. They're directly under the other posts. So one here, and one here. I mean, they're actually more evenly spaced. So I mean, my method for finding these posts wasn't quite right. It was more like they were evenly spaced on the thing. So I'm changing my mind about how I decided to draw those main posts, and I'm going to just move this over a little bit and move this. I want these to look more centered. I'm gonna find the center. I can find the center on my reference between the 2 big posts on the lower floor, and then see if that middle one is near center. The middle one is a little bit left of center. So here's the left one, and then the right one will be right here is perfect. So then it's a little bit left of center. So that's my bottom line of my shape, and so we'll go here and here. I think where I have it is good, maybe a little bit more to the left. Okay. Hope that's not too confusing, but shouldn't be. I mean, I mean, these are, that's about 3/4 inch, and that's about 3/4. They're about the same spacing, really. The perspective is not that extreme, I guess, but over here, yeah, that looks all right. Yeah, and then these are going down to the deck, or the concrete foundation, and there are a couple windows. We can just put them directly underneath the other windows. So the sides are just vertical lines, but then the top and the bottom, you got to use the vanishing point. Make them even, so I'm going to line up with the other window's bottom and use the vanishing point and draw a line there, and line up with the other window's top and there. And so part of that top of that window is getting cut off by the balcony. Makes sense. Okay, let's do these stairs at the bottom of, or at these stairs on the side of the saloon. Let's do the back of the stairs. Put it directly under this window, and then the bottom of the stairs, use the left vanishing point, and then for the front of the bottom, use the right vanishing point, and then we want to create 1, 2, 3 levels. So each level will have 2 sides. So first level, start from the top of your L shape, 1, and then the next part. This is just the place where you're stepping upon. 1, and then a separation in between. The place where you're stepping upon is very skinny, so I'm gonna go higher. We'll make the separation very dark. We're not even gonna try to draw the little lines inside. Okay, so that's step, separation, So a skinny white line and a thick dark line, and then a skinny white line again. So drawing towards the right vanishing point again, and then a thick dark line, and then skinny white section. Yeah, and then a thick dark line for the bottom. These are the steps, and then they want to make the edges look cleaner on the bottom edge. Okay. There's the stairs. There's the place where you hook up your horse. Why don't we put that here? So that's using perspective 2. So using the right vanishing point. I'm gonna sit down. And this can go out of frame. Horse parking right there. All right, we got 4 windows. Balcony. Can make the line a little bit thicker on the right side because we would see into the window a little bit and see the wall on that side. Might as well finish the balcony now. Make this, double this up, and I'll double this up. using an HB pencil now. And then, yeah, we put these posts here. So this is the bottom of the balcony. So you have to use the left vanishing point to make a nice clean line. And use the right vanishing point for this side. And so we have these 3 posts. I want to go a little bit lower. With the balcony. All right. Okay, these 3 columns, 3 vertical, I want to do vertical lines. Okay, I did 3 right next to each other, and then I'm going to they're round, so I'm just shading one side. And then there's these posts on top. Try not to hit the camera with my head. Okay, there's the posts on top. And there is this stuff on the roof. This little diagonal support pieces. I could draw a line with the vanishing point to make sure that they all end at the same point instead of looking uneven. That's better. They all end at the same point. They're not even really evenly spaced, which would be even better, right? So even Steven. Okay, they're a little bit more evenly spaced now. Okay, I'll do something similar with the top of this section. This section has like a round thing on it. Just do that. Okay. We'll come. There's a bunch of slats on the building, but we'll save that. Let's do all these posts. not really doing them. I'm just drawing in lines to represent the post, but not really getting too detailed about it. Okay, so the other side of the saloon has this top portion on it. I want to do that. So we want to find the center of this side. So I'm going above the what I was calling the deck or the cement portion. To the line above that, and then doing an X corner to corner. And then if I draw a vertical from there, I get the center, and then if I do a line here for the top of that part, and then I can make a line here and a line here just to estimate, and then I'll see if that's the center. It's close. Bring this in a little bit. Bring it in a little bit more. Okay, yeah. Now I have found the center of that. So it's centered on the building, and it has this wheel up here. Wagon wheel. And has 3 windows, so let's get the level of those windows. The awning is just above the stair of the balcony height, so let's do the awning. It's right around here, so using the left vanishing point. That's the top of the awning. I'm just eyeballing where the bottom of the awning would go, I think around here, so I'll use the left vanishing point again. That's the bottom of the awning, and I'm just going to draw in. It's connecting to the building right there, so I'm just drawing in the angle here. I'm going to match that angle over here. Same angle. And then the awning has 4 posts. 2 of them look like they're on either side of the doorway. So they're not like spaced in a... We have to find the doorway. The doorway is in the center. We have the center. So we're going to do the center window. And I automatically gave it a little bit more room on the right side just because of the angle of the building. I have the center there. I want to find the center here too. So that's here. So the center of the next one. That window is slightly smaller than that one, and then the center of this window. Right here. Be slightly bigger than this window. Okay, I know this looks really messy and it's just sketching and figuring things out. We want the tops of the windows. So the bottom is right above the awning, and the top, it seems like It's almost like it's halfway, the top is almost halfway between here and the awning, but a little bit higher. So I'm going to go a little bit higher than halfway and use the left vanishing point and draw a guideline. So that could be the top of each window. And we have the word saloon above that. Okay. The center's kind of murky right there. Let me find it again. Okay, and then we know that the doorway below is right underneath this window. And then the other window can be centered under this one. And this window can be centered under this one. All right, and go over my lines and make them nicer with the HB. Just do your best with the letters. It's kind of tough because it's. I mean, you can always erase and keep doing it until you're happy with it. But it's kind of tough because it's skewed. So that's why I drew the lines first to help me try to fit it in within the structure of the lines in between the letters. But it's still kind of tough. But I figure with an Old West saloon, if it's slightly janky, maybe that's not too bad. Maybe that's authentic. Yeah. Just remember that like on this A, it's at an angle. It's not going to be horizontal. So any horizontal lines in the L, these are the really very, you know, clear things that you can try to remember for that. And then this is the serifs. So these are letters that have serifs, these little things at the end. Those can be along the angles of the lines of perspective too. All right. So yeah, mine's slightly janky, but it's fun. And then you can attempt to draw these playing cards. This one has a spade. And we're just giving impressions, really, so it's not like we're trying to make things perfect. We're just trying to give the impression. I got a heart. And then there's going to be a club and a diamond, right? So club and a diamond. And then there's 3 dice over here. You can practice your cubes some more. Three dice, and then we've got these windows, emphasizing the shadow areas. They've got 3 lines on. I'm gonna draw them using the vanishing point. 1, 2, and 3. That one got weird. Okay, make the side lines a little bit darker. Make my awning. Yeah. It's my awning, and then we have our posts. So we didn't do the posts yet, but the posts are there was 2 on either side of the door. So we'll one over here. One over here. And then one at the end over here. And I'm gonna check my bottom of those decorative things. I didn't think of that until now, but oh, yeah. Go a little bit higher. There we go. So I'll bring this one up a little higher. Bring that one up a little higher. Because they need to get smaller in the distance. Those little things. And then this one will be the biggest one here at the corner. And then there's this piece of wood right here. We'll use the right vanishing point for the bottom of that. There. And it's got a big shadow from the awning, like that. And these windows. The windows are rounded on the top. Rounded. I still see the center line, so that helps me. This one's higher. And that line we drew for the bottoms of those decorative elements on the columns helps. And yeah, do this. You just gotta use the left vanishing point for this part. I was just noticing that the window's rounded and it has this. It's an arch and it has this thing in the arch, and then it's got some things that kind of look like the wagon wheel up there, and then there's 3 panes or 4 panes in each window. So we have the center line, so we can just do a center line between there and there and there and there. So yeah, 4 panes. Center line, so center between the center and the outside, and center between the center and the outside. Be a little bit more detailed on this side, it's closer. Yeah, and doorway. The door is open, so we've got side of the door, top of the door, and thickness of the doors visible, and then dark. And then the deck. This goes all the way down. So this is like a recessed area. There's shadow here. And here. Okay, and now let's do a couple more things and then we'll do the slats and then we'll be done. So let's do the stairs over here. Okay, these have 2 steps on these stairs. So we'll do the back of the top step. Very skinny line. And then the separation in between. And I'll fill that in. And then a very skinny line. That was too skinny. Like that. And then a separation in between. Fill that in. And then, do I want to do one more step? That's good enough. We'll stop there. It's got the 2 steps. And it looks legit to me, so do that. Okay. There's my steps. And then we'll do one more horse tie. So the height of the horse tie, you can get that with your perspective by doing this. Doesn't help for the size, but helps for the height. Okay, put the horse tie right there. And then the concrete can be a little bit more visible. It goes as far as this corner column. And then this can use the other vanishing point for the top of the concrete there, yeah. And it's just a horizontal line basically. And then I bring this doorway, actually no, I need to come in a little bit for the line of the floor where it meets the doorway right there. Alright, so this is the surface of the concrete up here. I'll add some hatching. Do a base on that column, base on this column, base on this column, hatching or shading. Make this a little stronger. Okay. And there's some shading under the awning. So just keep it simple and do that. Okay, and then is that it? Concrete. I want to add some shading to the concrete. Let's do this. And the slats. Yeah. concrete goes out to right under here, so just like that. And then this, using the other vanishing point, and then, yeah, adding some shading there. And okay, and shading on the concrete. Make that a little stronger. Okay, now the slats. Yeah, so we're gonna use the ruler and we're gonna try our best to keep the lines. We're gonna use I'm gonna use the 2H to keep it light, and try to keep our lines evenly spaced. And you have to gradually, you have to keep for the right vanishing point. You have to keep your ruler on it at all times. So it's not too hard to keep them evenly spaced. Just go down gradually, little by little. You're just rotating your ruler. You're pivoting it at keeping it on the vanishing point, pivoting it little by little. As long as you don't make too big of a move for your pivots, should be fine. Keeping it light, we're just giving this texture here. In this case, I got my hand near the pivot point, so a little bit more control of the pivoting, keeping it from moving off the vanishing point. And I don't have any over here. Let's do those. Okay, and then here on the left side, two-point perspective is the most commonly used linear perspective for drawing and painting.